14-year-old Joyce Dutton is a ninth grader here at Sylvan Hills High School, but she hasn't attended classes so far this year. She's afraid of something, but she won't tell her mother what it is. And Mrs. Dutton says the school doesn't seem to care about her daughter's problem or her daughter's absenteeism.
Joyce's mother told me her daughter hasn't even been communicating with her family, so it came as no surprise that Joyce left her mother's side when the cameras were brought in. Mrs. Dutton can only speculate on what changed her child from a happy, outgoing student to a frightened, withdrawn girl who refused to go to school.
There could be two reasons. One, I think it's the murders of the children, because she is very affected from that. You can tell it in her eyes. And the other, I feel there's something at school that's caused it. But I haven't heard anything from the school, so I don't really know.
But she says it's not for lack of trying. Mrs. Dutton says she contacted the school health nurse last December when she first noticed the change in Joyce's behavior. The nurse said she'd keep in touch. Joyce's mother hasn't heard from her since. In January, she called Joyce's teacher, but the call was never returned. In fact, the school officials never show they were even aware of the unexplained absences until Mrs. Dutton received 2 computer cards in late April, 14 weeks after Joyce stopped going to school.
I believe the school is not doing their part. Because if the school would contact the parents when a child is missing even one day, they might prevent some of these murders that's going on, because I see kids in the community that is running wild.
Grace Davis of Atlanta Women Against Crime has counseled Joyce and other truant children, and she claims to know of 2 cases where youngsters stayed away from school for 44 and 32 days respectively without the parents ever being notified.
A school official told me today that it's the policy to contact the parents as soon as possible when a child is absent without excuse. They say there may have been some mix-up in Joyce Dutton's case. At any rate, they now say that they will contact her parents and assign a social worker to the case as soon as possible. From Southwest Atlanta, John McKnight, Action News Tonight.